Hey everyone, this is Sherry from Serenity for the Soul, and inviting you into my kitchen today. Several years ago, when my first grandson was born, I took a day and made a bunch of freezer meals for my daughter to have for easy meal prep after becoming a new mom, and she loved it. We tested recipes. There's some of them we continue to do. There's some of them we let go as far as being decent for freezer use. And every once in a while, I crank out a few more for her. A lot of times I do 20 to 25. Today I'm only going to do like 8. And I'm not going to keep you along for the whole ride, but I thought I would give you a little preview and then little snippets along the way. So I'm going to do stuffed bell peppers, chicken and noodle casserole, 2 chicken pot pies, which are her absolute favorite, and she thinks I need to make and sell them. It might be something I look to do in the future, but I'm not offering freezer meal services at this time. Not saying I won't at some point. And then I'm also doing a pizza pasta casserole and some southwestern pork chops. So I have started cooking a whole chicken in that big pot over there on my stove. That will be the chicken for the pot pies and the chicken and noodle casserole. I've got me some onion diced up. I'll probably need more than that by the time I'm done, but that's a start. And yeah, so I'm gonna pause for now, get some more of my stuff prepped, and then we'll come back and maybe we'll do the stuffed peppers as a complete tutorial type thing here. And I will try to link the recipe for those in the description. Okay, we're back. I've done a little bit of prep here. Washed the peppers, cut the tops off, clean the seeds out. I like to cut them in half vertically. I know some people do it, leave the tops on, take the stem off, and cut them horizontally, but I prefer to do it this way. So they're all cleaned up, ready for filling. And over here, I am, okay. So we are getting the onions sauteed, which it is done. Half a cup of onion, chopped onion, and I am doing 5 small cloves or 3 large cloves of garlic. And saute that for a minute. You don't want to do the garlic too long. This is home-raised garlic. First time ever planted garlic last fall. Not knowing how it would do, I overplanted, and I have a ton of garlic. So, yeah. I love garlic. I don't know that I can use all of it that I've got, but I'll give it my best shot. So, from there, we're going to add 1 package of home-raised ground beef. Thanks to Skellinger Farms for the beef. browned. So let that cook for a bit, and we got some spices and things to add to it. And then we can stuff our peppers. Over here, I've got my home-raised chicken boiling away for my pot pie and things. So I will be back in a little bit. Okay, so we're back. To the ground beef, I did add a teaspoon of salt while it was cooking. And it is all cooked down now. So from here, we are going to add a teaspoon of pepper, which I'm a hand measurer. I don't, unless it's something real specific. So we've got a teaspoon of pepper. We've got a half teaspoon of dried basil. Probably a little more than that, but that's okay. And half teaspoon of dried oregano. This is homegrown from my garden. Just dried it a couple weeks ago. So there we go. I got some oregano. It wants a tablespoon of Worcestershire sauce and a cup of cooked rice. It suggests, I guess, that day-old, pre-cooked rice, cooled, is preferable, or buy the pre-cooked stuff in the store, which is what I did this time. So tablespoon, I could only find a teaspoon measure, so we'll call that good. I am definitely on the scale of a messy cook, but people seem to love to eat my food. Okay, 15-ounce can of tomato sauce. Mine is a pint of homemade tomato sauce. Little hint on the tomato sauce thing. I find that it takes a while to get enough tomatoes during the year. I have fairly small garden area, so I plant lots of different things, but not a lot of any one thing. So what I do all summer long is, as I'm picking tomatoes, I wash them, kind of clean them up, cut them in half or quarters, depending on the size, and stick them in freezer bags and stick them in my freezer. And then sometime during the winter, or if I don't get around to it in the winter, in the spring, I pull all those out and make my tomato sauce. So this jar of tomato sauce was actually tomatoes from last year that I froze, and I made the sauce this spring with them. And I'm gonna see if I think it needs more of anything. I think I'm going to put just maybe a quarter teaspoon of red pepper flakes, just to give it a little kick, not a lot of kick. And maybe just a little bit more salt. So that is the stuffing for the peppers. I'm going to throw not just cheese on the top of them, but I'm going to put a little in the meat mixture. And this is a combination of sharp cheddar and Monterey Jack. I'll save the rest of that for on the tops. So I'm going to let this meat mixture, since I'm freezing these, I'm going to let this meat mixture cool down. And then I will put it in the peppers, cover them with cheese, and cover it with a couple layers of foil. I usually label what she needs to do as far as thawing and cooking them. And they'll be ready to go. I will probably call this good for now, and when I have all the recipes done and all of it made, spread out on my island, I will add a little video at the end showing you everything. See you later. Thanks for watching. Just coming on for another quick little video. Just wanted to show you my whole farm-raised chicken that I boiled, I'm gonna guess around an hour. I just always make sure I temp it in various locations. Make sure you get the thigh and the thickest part of the breast, and make sure you're at least 180. So, as you can see, we are at 180 in the breast part, and I checked thighs. Also easily 180, so I'm gonna let this little chicken cool down for a while, and I will take all the skin and bones out and separate the meat, and then that will be my meat for the pot pies and the chicken and noodles. Well, everyone, I am just finishing up the last of the items tonight. Kind of forgotten I was going to make her some salmon patties also to put in the freezer. It's good to know that you can actually make those and fry them. Let them cool completely, wrap them in plastic, and then put them individually in a freezer bag. And you just reheat them by steaming them a little bit, and they come out like new. Anyway, here's her 2 chicken pot pies that she loves, and that's a chicken and noodle casserole. And I'm gonna pop them in the freezer, and I'm done in the kitchen for the night.